Hi everyone, it's Jo, Kerri and Matt from Club Med.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to our webinar number 2. We're all back in force, which is brilliant. So you've got all three of us back here to support you with everything that you need. We're all working 2.5 days a week, but we're taking over from each other each day. So if one of us isn't around, there's always somebody to help you out, which is great. So just wanted to go through the agenda today. Really informative. So we're going to do a recap of the last webinar, give you a bit of a trading update, news on our sales opening for 2021, together on our ski resorts to give you a bit of an overview of that. What's new? So Matt's going to update you on our exciting new resort, the Seychelles, which opens early next year. And Kerri is going to give you an update on the Rosiere, which is opening in December, all being well. And then we want to go through confidence getting your customers to rebook, because we appreciate how difficult it is at this current time and getting them to kind of commit to rebooking. And then we're going to go through an incentive reminder. So firstly then, let's just recap of what was covered in our last webinar to you. So we gave you an overview of the last few months in our new world, lack of team in the Club Med office, but now we're all back, which is been seeing a lot more support since we've come back. We answered a lot of your feedback and questions. They went down really well, and we've kind of learnt from all of that as well, which is great. And we're continuing to answer any queries on a day-to-day basis, and hopefully we're coming back to you in good time. Again, any queries, you can contact any of us and we'll help you out with that. The current refund process, we went through all of that with you, so hopefully that's really clear now in terms of that, and we are adhering to getting any refunds completed within the 14-day period. Safe Together for the summer season we went through, and we'll be going through the ski measures in a little while. We give you a good reminder of our key USPs and what our plan was going forward, and some incentive news as well. So, sales opening for 2021. So we have a pre-registration that is open now. Sales opening is next Tuesday, I think next Wednesday, the 17th, and it's only for 3 days only. So this is where your customers will get a guaranteed 15% off, which is absolutely amazing. As you know, we only do this at certain times of the year. So for those 3 days of booking, and this is based on summer 21, so for departures that are going from the 1st of May through to the 31st of October 21, we'll get that 15% guaranteed off. But please pre-register now. All the details are on the trade portal, so just go on and pre-register your customers. Look at any customers that travelled potentially last year and you want them to re-travel this year, who'd be interested in any of our new exciting products, please speak to them about that. And of course, as mentioned, we've got the amazing brand new Seychelles resort that's opening. So for the summer, that would be such an amazing destination to travel to. Matt will tempt you in a few minutes in terms of the benefits of going there and how beautiful that island is. So it's not a resort to be missed. So I wanted to give you a quick trading update from Club Med as well. So from our perspective, obviously with the quarantine and lockdown restrictions that have been put in place, it's obviously affected business generally, especially for this winter season. However, we are seeing some good booking volumes coming in for next year, which is so encouraging. So again, we really appreciate your support on that. We're seeing rebookings, which is great. So that means you guys are going out to customers and getting them to rebook, which is brilliant for us and for you as well as an agent to keep that commission and booking in-house. We've also got new bookings coming through, and the Holiday to Help Out campaign has helped with that as well. We did see some great booking coming through last week, so a real success. So really positive. I'm not going to lie, it's not easy at the moment. I don't think it's easy for any of us out there. It's a real struggle in the industry, but those little glimmers of hope, we are seeing people booking and getting a bit more confidence back with us, which is great news. Okay, so we just resort hygiene, our Safe Together plan. We went through the summer one in a lot of detail, so we're just going to kind of cover this briefly today. So what we've done, we've basically implemented our summer protocols through to the winter season. So that's all in place now. So the sanitary measures put in place have been certified by Crystal International Standards again, and all POSI checked with great scoring. So that's really good news. So just to reiterate, Successful in the summer. Those directives have been applied to all resorts now. So space, cleaning, safety and care. I don't want to sound too much like Boris, but this is kind of where we're headed here. So space, we've got the limited resort capacity. So our resorts are 70 to 80% full. So we've got that space when you're actually in resort and your customers are in resort enjoying that. We've got the physical distancing within floor markings as well. So again, to keep that distance between all of our guests. Again, the restaurant hours are continue to be expanded, which is great, and there's more distance between tables, etc. Deep cleaning is done frequently throughout the whole of the resort, and then safety is obviously our priority. So the protective mask by staff and also the customers indoors as well. In terms of ski, more importantly, because we're talking about ski, if you're skiing, obviously no mask required, but if you're on the lifts, etc., they will be required for that as well. There's hand sanitizers available in all resorts and temperature checks as well. And all dedicated Safe Together manager in every resort will ensure the right applications and measures are put in place and they're adhered to at all times, which is good. We've got the care on board in terms of the doctors and nurses available, and there's an emergency plan that's activated in the event if any case is suspected. So having had some feedback from the summer resorts, we've had some great feedback from customers in terms of how it was all managed. So we're really pleased to say it's being managed well and no real issues. And, our customers are always enjoying a great stay with us. So the quality of our experience, it remains absolutely the same as it always would. So pre-COVID and now it's exactly the same. So we just want to reiterate as well, transfers to the resorts are only 80% full as well. So we're kind of reducing that just to make sure there's space on those transfers as well. As your customers arrive, it's easy online check-in, which is amazing. So there's no queuing, etc. Fitness classes and sessions now have the time slots that are available as well. So you would have a time slot to go to those classes, and everything has been adjusted to meet the customer needs. So everything should feel the same experience as it always has with Club Med. Club Med have also worked with other tour operators to ensure we follow the same protocol as well in terms of what each of us are doing in resorts and making sure everything's consistent with that. So our safety and well-being of our guests is the most important thing to us. So please, 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 reassure your guests when they're booking with Club Med that, everything is intact and we're doing our very, very best to keep everybody safe and healthy throughout their stay. So I'm just going to move over to Kerri now, and Kerri's going to give you a resort product presentation on our beautiful new resort of Rosiere.
So this gem, as you know, Club Med are always working on new exciting projects, and this is just one of them. I remember I was skiing at Les Arcs Panorama, and I saw this sign, and I think it was announced that we're going to be opening the resort. So it's in a prime location, high altitude. It is just a phenomenal resort, and I can't wait for your customers to see it and for you potentially as well. So it's a absolutely gorgeous resort. I mean, picturesque. It's in the Savoy region. It's in the San Bernardo domain, so 160 kilometers of slope. So great amounts of skiing options for your clients. It's at 1,850 meters, so great high altitude. And what's great about this resort as well is obviously accessible to all the various airports within close distance, the longest transfer being Geneva, which is 2 hours and 50 minutes. So yeah, super handy, great location, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait for you guys to, I'm getting a bit excited here to see some pictures.
Me too.
So yeah, it's got, I mean, every resort is unique in its own way, but I think as you go on throughout the presentation, you'll see that the resort, I think, is very warm. I think it's got the authentic, which is amazing. So it's almost like a Val d'Isere. I don't know, the woods and the warm colors. It's just absolutely gorgeous. As you know, obviously with Club Med, the food, the cuisine is just phenomenal. So that's obviously a unique selling point. With Club Med, it's all inclusive. As you are aware, so what's included in the package? It can be a land, or you can include your flights, but either way, it will include your premium accommodation, your ski lift, your lessons for all levels, beginner to advanced, as well as your gourmet full board restaurant, so all your meals, your open bars with a huge selection of drinks, non-alcoholic and alcoholic, as well as the kids clubs from 4 months up until 17 years, and a wide range of non-skiing activities for those that want to go, but obviously might not want to ski. So also perfectly catered for them. It also caters for ski and snowboard services. So there's the room where obviously all the equipment is kept, as well as evening entertainment. So the art of all inclusive, it's us. Okay, room types to choose from. So we've got the superior rooms as well as the deluxe rooms. We will be opening the 5 Trident space, but at a later period, which will consist of the 43 apartment suites, which is going to be obviously a real treat. As you know, the 5T spaces always are. Let's go and have a look at some pictures. Okay, so the superior room, there you see, can you guys see what I mean? Look at how nice it looks.
Wow.
Very warm.
So nice.
It's absolutely gorgeous. So it's the superior room interconnecting as well as the deluxe. So it's available in single rooms, family interconnecting ones, or mobility access. You see it ranges from 28 square meters up to 64 square meters, combining the 2, superior and deluxe. And the key selling point for me on this is a balcony in all rooms. That is amazing. And I know having a cup of coffee, just looking out is just, something else. Okay, and then cuisine, like I said, we've got 2 restaurants, the main restaurant as well as the gourmet lounge. So the main restaurant is going to be divided into 4 areas, and then the gourmet lounge is more your a la carte. We'll go through to the next. Perfect. Then the drinks. So the Hannibal bar, that's a very different section. What's nice about the bar, it's actually splits up and divided into different sections with different atmospheres. So each space feels like you're in a different area, which is really, really nice because it's all unique and very cozy. If you want an intimate drink at the fireplace, you have that option. So it's great. Okay, kids clubs. So baby club, which is 4 to 23 months, petite club, 2 to 3 years, mini club, 4 to 10 years, and Club Med Pass World, 11 to 17 years. Just bear in mind, obviously, that the baby and petite club, that is at an extra cost. And then we have other services available as per our other resorts as well. The baby welcome kit, all-inclusive baby feeding and equipment in rooms, as well as babysitting at an additional cost. Okay. And then speaking about the domain that I mentioned earlier, it's got various options. So 14 black runs, 33 red, 28 blue, and 8 green. So it's really good for beginners up to advanced, which is great. We have the group lessons, which for skiing, which is great, and snowboarding as well. We have cross-country skiing, Nordic walking, and also hiking walks. And then obviously we can also hire the rental equipment with us at an additional cost. And it's all high-end equipment. Matt, you've skied before. What do you think about the equipment? It's amazing. Oh, Matt, you're on mute. Sorry, I know Matt loves skiing as much as me, so he's experienced it. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was saying it's something that we don't touch on, just reference the equipment. People always think you're going to get dusty old ski boots from 10 years ago. It's really not like those. Most people have been to Club Med, so they know that's not what happens. But if anyone hasn't, it is typically brand new equipment, different levels.
Every season, which is amazing. So it's incredible equipment. That's why hardly anyone takes their own.
Exactly.
Okay, sorry, I thought I'd get you in there quickly. And then, of course, there's so much more to ski for those that aren't skiers or avid snowboarders. So we've got the snowshoeing, Nordic walk and hiking, yoga, fitness and stretching, the cardio training room, indoor and outdoor pool free access, as well as the spa and the yoga studio. Okay, Matt, over to you. Oh, and for more information, obviously you can find all our resort presentations and fact sheets on our agents portal as well, where you can watch videos, share the content with your clients, which is obviously a great tool to use.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Kerri. Over to me. An interesting one, because I don't normally do presentations not to live audiences, so we're doing a pre-record. So I'm getting no crowd reaction, so we'll see how this goes. But
we'll give you a reaction. We'll
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, Seychelles. I mean, let's talk about it. I mean, obviously, it is open as we stand. It's available. This will be opening in February, early February. The 6th is what it's currently. Then obviously restrictions and laws and lockdowns are changing, but as it stands, this is due to open on the 6th of February 2021. It's going to be our first 5 Trident resort as well. And as you can see, it is on its own private island. If anyone knows St. Anne Island, that's the actual island it's on. It's on its own. There is no other resort, so we do have full access to walking trails and whatnot. And looking through this practical information, you'll see it's only half an hour. It's actually slightly less than half an hour. We put 30 minutes to cover ourselves by boat from the airport straight over, which is fantastic. Not a huge time difference over in the Seychelles as well. And like I said, it is a 5 Trident resort. So if anyone knows other long haul 5 Tridents, you'll know Albion, for example, is another one. So this really does add onto that portfolio. Designed for all sorts of different demographics. A lot of people think Seychelles and they think honeymooners, which is correct. Of course, with Club Med, it's a family brand. And so what that gives us, as you can see on this, is that we have a top of the range, brand new flagship family resort. It doesn't mean it's exclusive just for families. It just means that we can cater to a family and we can cater to honeymooners. Okay, if you're going to take 4 big pillars from what this resort kind of represents, obviously you have the luxury side of things, which goes with the honeymoon. You have the responsible tourism, and you also have the wellness side of Seychelles. As you know, what's included, it's the same as what Kerri just touched on. There's nothing missing in terms of our normal portfolio. So anyone familiar with Club Med will know that you have your different all-inclusive features. It's quite a comprehensive package. The kids clubs, you'll notice, are actually from 2 years old. It doesn't mean you can't take younger children. You can take children from any age, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. But if you want kids clubs, they start at 2 years old. It's called Petit Club, and it's at an extra cost for children under 4 to put them into the kids club. Remember, at Club Med, under 6s for some resorts are free. So you can actually take children for free. You can just put them into the kids club at a cost. There's, of course, that's part of your all-inclusive. Moving into the actual resort itself, so you have different areas. Of course, you have the beach areas, you have different types of rooms. You have 3 main rooms. You have your superior types, deluxe and suites. We'll go into a little bit more detail in a second on those because it does break down into different categories. The reason you have so many different types of rooms, for example, superior, is because we are trying to cater to the honeymooners, the adult, what's in it for adults, as well as what's in it for family. For example, we have the amazing family concept here, which we do have peppered around our other resorts. For a superior room, so for example, say you were going with a family of 5, for example, you would just interconnect these. This is the cheapest, if you like, or the most cost-effective way of getting to Club Med in the Seychelles. You put them in a superior room. If you have a larger family, you interconnect the superior rooms, and you can get up to 5 people doing that. We also have mobility rooms as well, as I'm sure you're aware of how the Club Med rooming system works. Once you go to a deluxe room, you can obviously have more people in one room. So for example, if I was traveling with a 2-year-old, you would probably look at a deluxe room would be a really great way of putting someone into the Seychelles Club Med resort. Up to 4 people, either garden view with a private garden. You can also have the single version of that as well. So it's one of the resorts where we do have the 3 main types of resort room. You have your superior, deluxe and suite. However, they do actually break down into other categories. So you actually have quite a lot of choice when it comes to Seychelles. And I know one small criticism you sometimes have with Club Med is that there's only 2 or 3 types of room. With Seychelles, you're really broken away from that and you're offering a lot more choices. Okay, for example, just as I say that, perfect timing, Joe, you have suites, and normally you have 1 suite or 1 type of suite. So something like Val Thorens, you might have a junior suite and a main suite. In this case, we have many different types. So you do have your junior suites, you do have your normal suites. However, you have a family presidential suite, sea view room. So depending if you wanted to have a single for 2, like I was saying, like a couple, like a honeymoon, or you have a family looking for a family resort, you can cater to that need. So you can really, if you look at all the rooms you just run through, and I know it's more just like a bite-size chunk we're doing here, you've got everything from a standard superior room for two, all the way up to a presidential suite. Okay, 6 people. So where you do, or what type of client you're getting. Hopefully you see Club Med Seychelles as finally an option where you can bring that into the conversation about who's in front of you asking the question about Seychelles. So that's what we're trying to do with Seychelles. We're trying to cater to all types of demographics. Obviously stunning, as you can see the look and feel of it, which I've hardly touched on, but the look and feel very similar to the Albion Villas, where you have a private pool, you have a veranda, we have the gardens, you have beach access. Remember, you are on a private island, so you're never too far away from the water, from the beach, or even if you weren't a sunbody, you kind of don't want to be sunbathing all day, you do have access to the actual nature reserve of the island, walking, hiking, fitness, running. So you have full access to all of that. And as you can see, the look and feel of the resort is stunning. Okay, food. Here we go. So how do you do that with the gourmet? So you have 2 main areas for that. So there's 2 quite cute concepts. The Reef Beach Lounge, if anyone knows in Mauritius, obviously La Ponte Canonier, they have a beach lounge concept as well. So this is very similar in that style, where you can have like late breakfast, late lunch, and then in the evening the lights come on, you have more of like a kind of magical fairy lit type of vibe to everything. And you have Turtle Cove, not dissimilar to say Grand Massif, where you have 4 different dining experiences in one restaurant. Turtle Cove is the same idea, where you have 3 different areas. It's designed around the turtle theme, because turtle being an indigenous animal to the Seychelles, it's their 3 different areas. So you have jungle, beach, sea, where turtles will be found in the Seychelles. And therefore each little dining experience with each different types of cuisine, as well as international cuisine, basically reflects that. So you can have a different kind of feel each evening. Okay, a couple of visuals. You'll notice actually on that, with if you look at the beach, Reef Beach Lounge, it's meant to be a butterfly theme, hence the lights. So in the evening, you have a very fairy tale lit up, kind of gorgeous beach. The sea, you can hear the sea in the background, very nice ambience. And Turtle Cove, more dining. And there's actually a kid-friendly side of the Turtle Cove as well, more of a family dining experience as well. So yeah, we've really gone all out on this resort. It's a great resort. And actually, there's a good example. So I didn't notice the slide was coming. Details. That's the family dining experience, where a little bit more happens, and you can see it's a bit more of a lounge, kid-friendly, colours, more vibrant. And then, of course, at the top, you have more of an actual beach lounge. It's a bit more adult. So it's a perfect example in one slide where you can cater to adults, remember, honeymoons, things like that, or you can cater to families. And remember, the resort isn't small, it's 290 rooms. So you have plenty of access to go to these different areas. There's even a whole Zen area as well. So moving on to kids clubs, as you know, we do them. We really do want this to be a flagship family resort in the Seychelles. Speaking to a lot of our partners, there isn't really a go-to Seychelles family resort, all-inclusive as well, mind. So that's why we really feel that this could be a really good option in 2021 and moving further into 2022. As you see, kids clubs from 2 years old. So great for families. Doesn't mean you can't take children that are younger, remember. It's just the kids club start at 2 years old. And of course, you have different family activities. Now, Amazing Family, which it says here on this slide, is a concept where traditionally in some resorts or some operators, you have a situation where there's things to do for adults, whether it's something like yoga or something like Pilates or going to the gym or tennis. And you then have things for children, which could be cooking classes or, you know, the kids clubs. Amazing Family is a concept where the parents and the kids do stuff together. Okay, and so Amazing Family is fully engaged in the Seychelles resort, whether it's the treasure hunts, whether it's joint cooking schools, family yoga as opposed to adult yoga and kids yoga. It's everyone together. And so that's what's big on the Seychelles. You can actually do amazing family activities. So that's what that means. Whenever you see Amazing Family, that's what you need to think of with Club Med. Okay. And then sports. You probably get used to kind of Club Med presentations, because as soon as the sports slide comes up, it's just like unbelievable amount of content. Seychelles is absolutely no different. It'll be easier for me to tell you what you can't do. Inherently, bearing in mind it is an eco resort, we're big into responsible tourism. So you'll see things like the snorkeling. They actually do eco snorkeling dives as well, which is a guided snorkeling where you go and you actually see the state of the coral reefs. There's an educational piece to it, as well as things like hiking. So when you do the walks, you can have nature walks. As you know, with GOs, we're called GOs, gentle organisers in the resort. It's the term we use for our staff. There's actually a green GO in the Seychelles whose specific responsibility is to find eco adventures, eco activities, eco tuition to learn about the destination. And so with all these sports, whether it's water sports or land sports, it does respect that as well. You'll notice on water sports, for example, there's no motorized sports like jet skiing, because it's not allowed. However, there's still snorkeling, aqua fitness, kayaking, paddleboarding, as you would expect with a Club Med. Okay? So there's plenty of activities for adults, for kids, and together. Okay. So speaking of that as well, so your main areas, your main hub, and that's the main hub. That photo shows you the main hub of the Seychelles, of the resort in Seychelles. You then have a family section, which is actually on the east coast, and then you have the Zen section, which is actually on the west coast. And you'll see how they've even how they design it. Zen zone for adults, yoga studio, Zen pool. Other things that are designed just for adults would be things like having beach dinners, romantic dinners as a couple, because obviously you have the beach access there with the restaurant. The beach lounge has more of an adult cocktail theme to it as well. And then, of course, the yoga school is actually our first time doing a yoga school with many, many different types of yoga. So it's not just go there and do a yoga lesson. They have a few different ones. They have aquatic yoga, they have paddleboard yoga. If anyone's ever been to Cefalu, they do paddleboard yoga in the sunsets. It's the same idea. You have many different types of yoga. It's not just go to a class for half an hour. It's an actual school. There's an actual school design there. So quite exciting, quite different, but it still has the Club Med kind of backbone and DNA to it. But we are trying a lot of new things. Okay, so that's a quick taste of Seychelles. I could probably go on and on and on and on, but I won't bore you to death. We'll be doing more of these webinars where we can get deeper into product presentation and also reach out to us. Like, we are experts at these products, so please reach out if you've got customers and you're thinking, Matt or Kerri or Joe, what room should I look at? I've got a honeymoon couple, a family couple. I'm looking at Seychelles. Give me some guidance. That's why we're here. Okay, so
again, sorry, Matt. Just
please.
Good points is if you guys are not, you must go and like our Club Med Agents UK Facebook page, because we'll be sharing quite exciting content on there, whether it be videos or photos of the resorts, which obviously you can then save and share on to your clients. It's just really nice to have some actual images and some exciting content to share.
Great shout. And then I will hand back over to Joe, but that is a nice little bite-sized Rosiere and Seychelles product presentation for you guys.
Amazing. And I want to be in the Seychelles right now. I'm like, oh God,
I've done my job.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you, guys. So in terms of the confidence in getting your customers to rebook, obviously this is a big thing at the moment. Some customers just really don't want to, they're holding off. Some are just desperate for a holiday and they're like, just rebook me. But we just wanted to kind of give you, you know, a whole list of things to say, look, you can reassure your customers to rebook with Club Med. This is all the good stuff that we're doing. So our guests and staff safety is our priority. We went through a few minutes ago around the health and hygiene protocols in Safe Together. So you've got all of that to support you going forward. Staff are fully trained in our resorts and they're adapted to respond to current emergency plans, as mentioned before as well, so all intact there. And then we've got full information of all of our measures on our travel with confidence policy, and that is found in the Club Med for Agents part of the portal. So just click on there and go and have a look if you want to see everything in more detail. We're offering the COVID medical cover, which is great, and that's provided for any bookings from now that's made to April 30th, 2021 departures. The RCNs, we've got the financial protection, so we're issuing those and we're turning around the refunds within 14 days. So there's no real issues there. So it's kind of, I guess we have a few questions when, you know, your customers are kind of saying, oh, I think I want to cancel, I'm not really sure before I pay my final balance, for example. But just to reiterate, if the customers are in a position to pay their final balances, it's going to keep that customer. And if there is any issue in terms of not being able to travel for any reason, we will, you know, guarantee we're getting those refunds back to the customers as soon as possible. But to try and keep that booking with you, the agent, especially keep that income coming to you, and then obviously getting the customer to rebook as well, you know, is a win-win all round. We've got the free amendment policy that's in place till the end of December this year, which we're happy to look at. continuously, and then any incentives to rebook that we've got in place. So we've got the £180 per adult and £90 per child as well. So we have got all these great things that we can help you with. If you want us to help further, please get in touch with any of us and we can go through different options, etc. So please get in touch, because ultimately we want to keep our customers on board and hopefully get them booked for next year. Definitely. So want to offer more. So obviously it's really difficult at the moment because we are in lockdown. So what we, are committed to do with you guys and going forward, when all the restrictions are lifted, we're going to ensure that we have a full list of destinations that are quarantine free and those that require quarantine or a COVID test on arrival. So we'll have all of this information available on our website, and so that is our consumer website. However, we're looking at getting that transferred over to our portal as well, so we'll let you know when that happens, and it just gives you the confidence to go to your customers and list the requirements for each country. It just makes it easier for you and the client to decide where they want to go, etc. So just to help you guys more and help us as well, because things change all the time, that will be updated regularly.
Ooh.
Okay, cool. Over to you, Kerri.
So obviously you guys know that we are here to support you. So this is really handy information. As I mentioned earlier, you must go and like our Club Med Agents Facebook page. There's lots of exciting information, updates. We'll be posting industry updates and just general updates as well going forward, just so that everyone's kept in the loop. And then our trade portal. So just the travel agents, .clubmed.co.uk. If you hop on there, you can download the resort presentation. So that incredible presentation Matt did, it will be on there. You can download it and you can share it as a PDF with your clients when you are trying to sell the destination. And when I was a travel agent, the presentations helped me sell massively, because it literally it's a picture of your holiday. You know exactly what it's going to look like, and it's just a really great selling tool. So pop on there, sign up. It's quick and easy. And then if you're already not on part of our CRM campaign, send through your email address and we can add you to the mailing list. And then don't forget, we have an online booking tool, which is Easy Club Med, which is actually accessible from the trade portal. And then obviously there's our contact number and our opening times. And then obviously myself, Kerri, then Joe and Matt, all of our details on the corner. So if you need anything at all, you contact us. We are here to help you and support you all the way now that we are back in action.
Yay.
And then on the topic of supporting and helping, incentive time. I know it's still lockdown and COVID, but that doesn't mean we can't be a bit positive and proactive, which is always nice. So we have a few incentives at the moment, which are actually currently running, which is great. So we have a top rebooker, I should say specifically, on all rebookings will be winning. I'll tell you the prize in a second, although you can read it at the top right, but I'm building up to it. Top rebooker would be one. Top sales for new bookings. Okay, that's bookings, so new booking, top seller, and of course combining the two, so the overall winner. And we have 3 Garmin watches up for grabs, being modelled by me as we speak, which we like for all of our fitness partners who like to keep track of their heart rate during COVID, which is going up and down.
My watch tan. I don't have
yeah. Give yourself a watch tan, which will be great. So like I said, it's currently running. It will be ending at the end of the year. And the nice thing about this, so normally when Club Med do incentives, obviously the dates which you have to book can be quite stringent, but we've actually completely opened this up. So it can be any departure period. So whether you're going for the rebook incentive or going for new sales incentives, you do not have those kind of boundaries at all. So it's completely open. We're looking forward to it. We've already got some people taking the lead, but like I said, we've got to the end of the year. And I'm wishing you all luck on those. So you can.
Okay, good luck, everyone.
Good luck. Chat to you soon.
Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Okay, thanks for your time.
See you soon for the next webinar.
See you on number 3.
Woo!
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.